Hello there, my name's Gavin, and welcome to this episode of the Slo Mo Guys. This is an 85-inch LCD TV, and whenever I'm playing something on it, or watching something on it, my eyes and brain are being misled and tricked, giving me the illusion of watching a moving object, when in fact, I'm just watching several still images just shown to me very, very fast. If I'm watching a film, I'm being shown 24 images every second, and to my eyes, that looks like I'm looking at a moving object, when in fact, I'm looking at 24 individual pictures. If I'm playing a game, it's the same except maybe 30 to 60 frames a second. And if I'm on a PC, it could be hundreds. The frame is constructed from the top to the bottom multiple times per second. That's 60 times in the US, 60 hertz. I've prepared for you some high-speed footage that I shot a long time ago on the V2511 of this screen and some others. A lot of it is Dan playing Super Mario on the NES extremely badly. Here's the TV and the cat, played back at 25. This is how it would be perceived in real time. And now at 1600 frames a second, you can actually see the scan line moving from the top to the bottom. You'll notice that on a CRT screen, it's only the active line of pixels that's bright, and your persistence of vision will actually build that into a complete image.
Oh, didn't even make it past the first guy.
Slowed all the way down to 2500 frames a second, you can now differentiate each individual frame being built from top to bottom. It takes an extremely fast camera to see that each frame is built line by line from top to bottom. But it takes an even faster camera to see that each line is drawn from left to right. Slowed down to 28,500 frames a second, we're now seeing glimpses of that, but we do need to go even slower. This is now 118,000 frames a second. I'm going to put the stats up for you here, so you can see the actual amount of time that it took. And you can see now that the line is being drawn from left to right on the screen. Now at 146,000 frames a second. To gain perspective on just how slow this actually is, you can see the exact time I shot this. So this is hours, it was just past midnight, 23 minutes, 41 seconds. This is a 1/10 of a second, a 100th of a second, 1,000th of a second, or a millisecond. And then over here you've got a 10,000th of a second, a 100,000th of a second, and this unit here is the millionth of a second, or a microsecond. We are now at 380,000 frames a second as our recording frame rate. That is the highest frame rate we've ever shot so far on this channel. And using this information, here's a little bonus fact. A CRT screen can draw Mario's moustache in less than a 380,000th of a second. That is some seriously fast facial hair. And if you're wondering why this footage looks extremely mucky and blurry, it's because the resolution is only 256 by 128, which plonked into a 4K frame is this big. That CRT screen is standard def. This is a 4K screen, which means it's 3840 by 2160 pixels. That's over 8 million pixels. So think of the processing power that this TV has to have to update an image that big, that many times every second. I recorded myself playing a game of Halo. Nothing will make you feel worse about your performance than watching your lousy aim in slow-mo. Look at that. It's crazy to think that when you're playing Halo, this is actually what is happening on your TV. If only you could see at this speed, your aim would be incredible. It honestly makes me feel bad when I fall asleep watching TV, knowing that this TV is doing all this intensive work, changing literally tens of millions of pixels every second, and there's no one there watching it. Here's talked about one illusion of TVs, the illusion of movement. The second illusion I want to talk about is the illusion of color. For this to get closer, I'm going to need a macro lens. Here's one. As I approach the white and everything starts to become in focus, you can see that white isn't so white anymore. It looks like I have to go closer even than that. Thankfully, I can go all the way to 5 times magnification. Now, one thing from this point, I am definitely going to need a tripod because there's no way my arms are sturdy enough to hold this in place. But I'll just ease it in just to show you the level of magnification we're talking about now. Well, this close, it's a different story altogether. I'm going to get a tripod. Here's one. What a mission this is. Alright, let's see what we can do here. We're so close up right now that I can actually disturb this image by blowing on the lens. we're now looking at the sub-pixel level. A pixel is made up of 3 subpixels, red, green, and blue. RGB, you may have heard that before. And this creates the illusion of different colors. By dimming and brightening different subpixels to different intensities, this screen can create the illusion of literally millions of different colors. When all 3 are lit to full brightness, you get white. When all 3 dim, you go through gray all the way down to black. So if green dims away and red and blue are still lit, then you go into magenta, purple, that sort of area, and that's how the colors are made. So every time on your TV, you're looking at a white image, you're looking at tons of blue, green, and red lights. They're just so small, they look like white to your eye. This is too close to watch a Slo Mo Guys video. I might vomit. And there you have it, a brief explanation of how a TV works in slow-mo.